Hello and welcome to episode 280. I'm fishing with me good mate Simon again.
Hey mate.
Alright, how's it going?
Alright pal.
Seems weird saying hello at bloody 1:30 in the afternoon when we've been here since half six
this morning.
So, we are on the banks of Bluebell Lakes up near Peterborough, guys. And what you see behind us is Swan Lake. So, Simon's got his rods out, only just. We had to wait, what, 3-4 hours before we could get in the swims. Place is absolutely rammed. I mean, it's a Wednesday. We've got Easter weekend coming up this weekend. We thought we'd get it on a Wednesday, didn't we? Beat the bank holiday rush, because what a lot of people do here now, they come down a day before. We thought we'd come down 2 days before, beat the rush. Didn't happen like that, did it?
No, mate.
When I joined the queue of traffic outside the gates,
26 cars.
yeah, 26 cars and vans, that was already joining an already busy complex. So we found a couple of guys on Swan who Simon knows, who were pulling off around lunchtime. So we jumped in.
They were pulling off.
not pulling off. You know. So so luckily we managed to bucket 2 swims, and yeah, around midday we got into these swims. So it's now 1:30. Simon's just got his rods out. I ain't got mine out yet. We've got 4 days on the bank, guys. So fingers crossed I can end me blanking spell that I'm having.
On one of the hardest lakes in the country.
Yeah, but saying that, and it's also not fishing very well, is it, at the moment? So
we'll try.
Yeah, but like I say, we've got 4 days ahead of us, and as long as one of us puts a fish in the video, I don't care. Right, that's enough waffle for an intro. Let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
Right guys, so we're now in my swim. Obviously no rods out yet, as I've said in the intro. Marker rod is out there. It's currently out there at 20 wraps. I had a quick donk around, not a lot, but enough to know that it's not very weedy at the moment, and I've got flies bugging me. So yeah, there's a little bit of silkweed out there, but apart from that, nothing really major to worry about. No masses of weed or anything, and it's fairly clear up there. 15 foot deep, which I believe is sort of 2 or 3 foot up from its normal levels at the moment. I am going to be cheating, going to be using the old bait boat.
Cheat.
So yeah, so I need to get the rigs ready. Like I say, apart from that, we're almost ready to go. What I've done is I've put the rods round the wrap sticks 20 times, obviously, and because we're going to be using a bait boat, right next to the bail arm, I've put some marker elastic on the line. So what I'll do, I'll just send the bait boat out to the directions I'm going to. When the elastic comes off the reel, that's when I'll be dropping my rigs and bait. Why 20 wraps? Why not? I believe any fish that have been caught, they've been coming out at range, aren't they, Simon? Sort of between sort of 20 and 25 wraps in it, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
So right, anyway, I'm going to crack on. Like I say, I still need to bait up my rigs and everything, and then yeah, we'll crack on with doing the cheating fishing.
It's not cheating.
No, but that's what the trolls say. You know, and I like to keep the trolls happy just as much as my followers. Right guys, so that is my rods out. Couldn't really get the camera out to film them today because you can probably hear on the bivvy above the camera that is raining at the moment. Not heavy rain, light rain, but you know, heavy enough for me to not want to get the camera wet. So camera's just sheltering in my bivvy doorway at the moment while I talk to you now. So so yeah, we are fishing. So I started off this session on the old stiff hinge rigs, same rigs as I was fishing at the end of my last video. So we'll have a closer look at the rigs if you haven't seen that video later on in this blog, but it's basically the Gemini booms. I've attached a ESP Ronnie rig clip to them instead of the swivel, and then, you know, a standard choddy hook length for the actual rig bit. And we are fishing 12mm nut 365 pop-ups as bait, and then I've also, what I've done is when the bait boat out, I'm baiting up with some 15mm boilies, and then all I've done, I put 20 baits in each boatload, so you know, enough to get the mooch in, but not enough to kind of feed them too much. So alright, fingers crossed. As I said in the intro, from what I understand, the lake hasn't been, or not just the lake, the complex has been a bit quiet over the last few days. But the rods are out. I'm not, what's the time now? We are coming up for 2:30 now, so I'm not going to touch the rods anymore now today or tonight, because there's no need to. Alright, I'll catch you later when something else to talk about or waffle on about. Good evening, guys, and it is evening. We are just approaching 8 o'clock. Still daylight. Yeah, so yeah, this is my first session, obviously, since the clocks went forward last weekend. And, but yeah, I thought I'd do a quick update just before it does get dark. Just obviously nothing to update you on my side of it or Simon's side of it. But the lad called Ryan is on the left hand side of Simon. He's had, since we've been here, about 5 fish, and I'm sure 4 of them all come off of zigs. So so yeah, so it looks like that might be a tactic to change to tomorrow, I think. I'm not gonna fanny around with changing rigs at this time of the night. Can't be bothered, I'm too lazy, and but yeah, the rain has just eased off a little bit, just enough for me to sort of get outside and do this update. There's still like a fine damp haze in the air, so it is still sort of wet. So yeah, so I'm going to put the camera away for the night now, guys. Obviously it would come out if me or Simon get into anything, but yeah, fingers crossed there'll be some activity during the night. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
We were been joined by Paul this morning. Hello, your 4 swims.
4 swims down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paul's been lucky enough to find a swim this morning. Thursday today. How many cars did you say was in the queue this morning? About 40 cars.
40, yes.
40 cars in the queue this morning, and it's only Thursday. So
Very busy.
yeah, so they've been telling people in the shop today who've been turning up, there's a good chance you won't get on. Bearing in mind there's 5 lakes here at Bluebell Lakes. It's It's quite a thing to fill up a venue this big, isn't it?
Very.
So, but anyway, last night was a quiet night, guys. Had a liner on one of my rods. Don't know which one, but had a little. You said you never had nothing, did you?
I certainly didn't have a noise like that.
What, you didn't have a.
No. Didn't even have a.
But you're going to change tactics today, aren't you? And borrow my bait boat.
I am, yes.
I'm going to
We'll
go.
explain later why I'm borrowing Chris's bait boat.
I'm going to go the other way and do some casting today.
It's not like you.
I know. But
Do you know how to cast?
no,
I'm free for tuitions.
the cast out plaster of Paris, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, right. That'll be that then.
We can't say let's go fishing because we
No,
already are.
no.
We're already fishing, but
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
say let's go fishing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if Paul gets anything, although he's 4 swims down to the right, if you give us a shout, I'll
will.
run down and film that when you get on, because
10 o'clock, between
Yeah.
9 and 10, he's going.
yeah, there's a lot of people who are getting swims today are doing the same as what we had to do yesterday, is basically wait for people who are leaving at some point. Right.
I've never seen it as busy as this.
No, it's very busy.
Right guys, catch you later on.
Bye.
Nice little bit of rain this morning. Rained most of last night as well, guys. And yeah, raining again. So I'm not sure if I'll be making that switch to zigs just yet. But yeah, this heavy rain's due to last about another hour. And then we are forecast a couple of light showers a couple of times later on today. And then that should be it for rain for this bank holiday weekend. There's no more rain forecast after that, so front of the swim's getting a bit moist. But yeah, I won't be making the switch to zigs just yet, guys. Alright guys, so we're assisting Simon with getting his rods out. He's borrowing me bait, well I say he's borrowing my bait boat, I'm doing the bait boat in. We've already done Simon's right hand rod, haven't we, mate?
We have, mate, yeah.
I must admit, I've never put a helicopter rig in a bait boat before.
See.
There we
Do you
go.
want to just hold that and I'll get some bait in there?
Oh, will do. Professional gilly here, guys. Oh, I've got the microphone on. Have I? Yeah. So what's in your mix there, Simon?
Just some boilie crumb and a bit of corn. Half a tin that was left.
Lovely, lovely. You say you're not going to touch these rods now for the rest of the day when they're out
No.
there?
I'll not redo them till tomorrow now, these. Take the bail arm off. Oh. Basically putting it out with a bait boat because the bank's very slippy and I've got an overhanging tree as well to contend with, so it's just a lot easier with the boat. See where the guy stood next to his bivvy on Forth Gardens, just in towards it.
What's it? 25 wraps, isn't it?
No, 21 and a half.
Oh, 21 that one. What was it? What was that one? That was 25 wraps,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
No, you're right, actually. You're spot on. Blue there. Right. Hold on. Right.
That's it. Bombs away
Done
there.
it. Fantastic. Lovely, thank you for that, sir.
Not a problem. Pleased to be of Gilly Services. And you're leaving one on a zig as well, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so once I've brought this bait boat back in, guys, then I'm going to get my rods back out. Well guys, so we're cracking on for almost lunchtime now, 'cause it's been a bit of a faff getting these rigs sorted out and helping then after Simon. Not that that bit was the faff, this bit was the faff. But yeah, yesterday I said I was going to go on to the zigs, and I am. So as you can see behind me, I've already got 2 rods out. So for the first time ever, I'm giving the old adjustable zigs a go. So yesterday when I got here and I was, you know, searching me water and whatnot, I got 15 foot of water out there, so there is a nice depth of water to zig with at different depths. And normally I like to fish a zig straight off the lead. It's just the way I've always preferred to do things, but I thought for a change I'd give the old adjustable zigs a go. I bought myself the old Fox kit, which I thought was the best one out of all the different brands of adjustable zig kits. Main reason I quite found it a neat little feature was that to prevent tangles, you can put a little PVA foam nugget in the top of the float. Just get a little nugget, screw it up, shove it in the hole, snipped it off to size, and then you just lightly hook the zig hook in there, and it just prevents any tangles on the cast. And then the principle, if you've not used a marker float, adjustable zig float before, it's exactly like a marker float. So it's, you got your lead, you got your float, and it comes up off the lead. And then that is a 3 foot hook link. So the way I've done it with the other 2 rods, I've wound it out, you know, zinged it out, hit the clip, wound it down, so like you would a marker float, and then brought it up off the bottom. So instantly, once that foam melts, you've got a 3 foot zig straight away when you're on the bottom. Right hand rod, then I've brought up 3 foot, so effectively now that is a 6 foot zig. Middle rod I brought up 4 foot, so it's a 7 foot zig. This one that would go out, I'll bring up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foot, so then we'll have an 8 foot zig. And then what I'll do every now and again, I'll bring each one up a foot. Right, so that's that. The second one did give me a bit of a palaver. I had to do a couple of casts because it didn't come up. So that's the only disadvantage I can see with these. If it lands in any weed, which the second one must have done, like with a marker float setup, if it hits weed, it won't come up. And it did that with the second one. It took a second cast to get it to come up. But yeah. So yeah, it's been a bit of a faff, because I've had to get the zigs tied and everything, and now I've got the line tangled around my rod tip. Oh, do me a favour, Simon. Could you detangle me, please? Thank you, Gilly.
You done? All 3 on zigs?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm going to do that one straight away because it's landed on the middle rod. If you can see that big tree in the distance, guys, I'm aiming the middle rod for the middle of the tree. I like the middle of the tree with that as well. Well, the only disadvantage with this setup I can see is that if you do have to do a recast, then you have to redo that PVA foam nugget in the top of the float, because obviously it melts, which is what I'm going to have to do now. Right, attempt number 2, guys, to get onto the area I want to be with this rod. That's better. So I can feel now where the float is right on the deck. So put the rod on the alarm. Right, so now rod is on the alarm. So I haven't got the line in the Delkim V yet because I don't want to be annoying other anglers while I'm getting it set. So that's about a foot. So as I said, the PVA foam nugget would have melted, so already we'll have the 3 foot. So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that has now given me an 8 foot zig on that rod. Tighten up the clutch. Bobbin on. Now we can put the line on the alarm, and that's it. 3 adjustable zigs now fishing. Like I say, first time I've ever fished adjustable zigs, guys, and this will be my test to see whether I get on with them or not. If I do, I'll carry on using them in the future. If I don't, I'll go back to the old-fashioned way. So yeah, as I've already said, so effectively now we've got a 6 foot zig, 7 foot zig, 8 foot zig, and then every now and again I'll just take another, add another foot to the length of the zigs until we start catching, hopefully. Right then, guys, so rods went out about just under an hour ago. I've had some lunch now, so nothing's happened at the depths that they've been fishing, so it's time to bring them up a foot. So first I'm going to take the line out of the Delkim just so I don't bother anyone with extra noises. Work out about a foot. There we go. Back in the line clip on the rod. There we go. So that one now has come up to 7 foot. And just copy and paste with the other 2 rods. So about a foot. But there we go. So that one is now 8 foot. Same again. And that one is now 9 foot. and then I'll do the same again in an hour, bring them all up another foot and another foot in an hour after that, and just keep going like that until I am somewhere near the surface with them.
Wait a minute, have you had it? Don't you just hate it when somebody does that? How many were that?
15.
You see one?
Aye. Right guys, so as you would have just seen, I've just been re-wrapping up the zigs, and you might have heard Simon say how far was that, and I replied 15. So that's where we are now, 15 wraps. So nothing happened at 20 wraps, so we done that, you know, fishing the zigs up to the surface. Nothing happened at 20 wraps, so all three have come in. This is the third and final rod now to go out at 15 wraps. So we've started off the same. Left hand rod is at 6 foot at the moment, middle rod is at 7 foot, and this one will be raised to 8 foot. Dunk. Five. So there we go. So that's that rig. As I said, now sitting at 8 foot high, which is just above mid depth. Right, and then same again. I'll leave it an hour. They'll all come up another foot. Again, another hour. They'll all come up another foot, etc., etc. So now look, it's nearly 6 o'clock. So I don't normally fish zigs through the night, and the last time I ever caught a night fish on a zig, funnily enough, was when I was fishing with Simon on Kingfisher a few years ago. I'm normally one for winding zigs in at night and putting out bottom baits. I'll leave the zigs out tonight, I think, and see if Simon is my lucky charm for catching nighttime zig fish. Good evening guys. So fishing is all still quiet, but we're having a barbecue, so it's not all bad. Just had a really nice big fat sirloin steak. It was literally about an inch thick. Cost me £9.50 for one sirloin steak from the butcher's. Yeah, like I say, back to the fishing. Yeah, all still quiet. The obviously the zigs are still out, as I said earlier on. We're gonna try the zigs through the night tonight. Just see what happens. They're at at the moment, where they are at the moment, they're just about mid-water. I haven't adjusted them for a while because I've been doing my barbecue, but I think once I've had this food, then I'll raise them all up another foot, and then we should be sort of just above mid-water and into sort of the top third, maybe 3/4 off the bottom on one of them. But I mean, we are dead on 8 o'clock now, so probably won't be long before we start losing the light, guys. So the camera will go away soon, and then hopefully I can get the camera out for a fish in the night, whether that be me, Simon, or Paul just up the bank. Fingers crossed. Oh, full moon, big common night. Right, good morning everybody, and yeah, session's going really well at the moment. Look at that, all 3 rods are in. If you think I've had 3 runs, no mate. Guy to my right, and it's not like it's 10 yards or 20 yards or something. It's at least, I don't know, what is that? I don't know, 50, 60 yards? Yeah, he's had a fish on not long ago. Managed to wipe out all my rods. That's why we're not fishing at the moment. So yeah, so I've lost a lot of line on 2 rods. We've managed to save 1 rod, but yeah, the zig hook lengths on 2 rods are just shot. Yeah, it's basically going to be a full reset on 2 rods. I thought I was going to have to re-spool my reels, the amount of line we've just had to cut off, but they're not looking too bad at the moment, to be fair. But so yeah, that's how it's going. Nice sunny day though. Oh, right guys, so we're just, let's say, was it about 11 o'clock, So yeah, we're just approaching 11 o'clock, and as you can see, the rods have just gone back out. Couldn't be bothered with filming them going out, guys, because to be fair, I was completely and absolutely pissed off that someone 50, 60 yards up the bank managed to wipe out all 3 rods. But anyway, they're out now, so it's Bank Holiday Friday. So, dilly guys, drinking one of my Welsh ciders. In my last video I said I was going to Wales with the missus for a little few days away, and I brought back some Welsh ciders with me, so this is one of them, so well deserved, well earned. Even though I've not caught a fish, I feel this one is well earned after the palaver I've had this morning. Yeah, so I had to type some new zigs, but in the meantime I had to go back up to the shop because I didn't have any suitable zig hooks in my box, so I had to run back up the shop, get some zig hooks. What ones did I get? The Nash floater and zig claw or something, and a size 8. So I'll still use the Fox zigger liners on them, rigmarole specimen line, which is absolutely awesome line for tying zigs and floater fishing rigs. Yeah, I feel like I've earned this cider this morning, guys. And Simon's on the barbecue lighter fluid.
I'm on the lighter fluid. He's done me head in. I'm on the lighter fluid.
So, yeah, so I didn't film the rods going back out, guys. Just, you know, I just needed to get the rods back out just so I was fishing again. I was more... I don't normally swear in my blogs, but I was absolutely pissed off that none of my rods was in the water in prime bite time. But still sunny, still got blue skies. The zigs are back out, so they're now sitting at 10, 11 and 12 foot up from the deck. Time to chill now, guys. Oh, good afternoon, guys. What are you doing Simon's rods now, are you, mate? Oh. Oh, lovely, lovely.
Just put that on the floor and I'll put some bait in when you've done that. I'm not going to bother with any cord.
Oh, that swivel's come out there. Dewberry what's it, thingamy bob? Aye.
It'll straighten up when it drops.
Yeah. Yeah, you have your hook length quite long, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, bad back. Same mix as yesterday.
Yep, boilie corn. Because this has gone on a different spot, I'll put a bit more bait in this one, but the one that I've put back in the middle rod is going over the same spot, so I'll just put on a little bit of bait. Right, hold on, let me take the bail arm off. Right, my friend. Now good to go.
Right, we good to go?
Good to go, my friend.
That's the only thing with these joystick controls, they are a bit awkward to do with one hand, to be fair.
You're heading in the right direction, yeah? This is 21 wraps. Stop. Yeah.
Right, ready to drop?
Yeah. Shows you how much more line it takes when it drops.
Yeah. Right, there we go, chaps. Simon's right hand rod. Done. Simon's just been to the local butcher's as well and bought me a nice big pork red back, hasn't he, mate?
Yeah.
So that'll be enjoyed on your barbecue later on. Well, not a lot's happening on the fishing front, guys, but we're certainly making the most of this bank holiday sunshine. But just before I got the camera out to film this little update, what I've done is I've just wound all my zigs right back down to the deck now, so the float is at the lead. So at the moment all 3 zigs are effectively fishing at 3 foot now, and then copy and paste like I did yesterday. Every now and again then I'll keep raising them up a foot, because I started off when I did get me rods redone after that calamity this morning. I started off at mid-water and the upper sort of 2/3, 3/4 layers, and I've not really adjusted them much, to be fair. I only done a couple of adjustments, but I've brought them right down to the deck now, so because certainly nothing has happened up in the upper layers. So sort of what's he doing? Are we allowed to put what he's doing in the update?
No, probably not.
Oh. But anyway, so yeah, so just chilling out. You
Cheers, mate.
you enjoying a wine?
Yeah.
I've got a Jeremy Clarkston Hawkstone cider.
How's that taste?
Yeah, lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, he makes a nice cider actually.
Top gear.
Yeah. One of the advantages of where my missus lives in Carterton, old Jeremy Clarkson's Diddley Squat farm is only about 20 minutes away, so yeah, last week I had a little drive out in my Type R, had a little blast, picked up some of Jeremy Clarkson ciders.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Yeah. Makes a change to have. Oh, but that one reached some distance. Yeah.
It's nowhere near me.
Yeah, it's certainly a nice start to the bank holiday weekend, isn't it? Even though we've been on the bank for 2 days already. So we're just over midway into this kind of 4-day session now, but we've seen a few fish on the bank, haven't we? Just unfortunately not in our swims.
Why is that?
So shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just how it is. I think.
You can only try.
Yeah, I
You
think
can only
I'm
try.
doing all I can to try and catch a fish.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, right.
All the best.
If anything does happen, I'll get back to you when it does. Right, good evening, guys, and yeah, dilly dilly, by the way.
Dilly dilly.
But yeah, being a quiet day with not a lot happening. I think there's one fish down the other end of the lake, across the other side. I think has come out today. Apart from matey next to me, who had one the first thing this morning that wiped my rods out. I think that's been it on this lake today. I haven't seen any action going on. But yeah, settling down for the night now. Getting a bit chilly now the sun's dropped behind the trees behind us. But yeah, hopefully can see you in the night, guys. Good morning, everybody. And can you see the lake? We can't. As I used to say when I was a little kid, It's a bit froggy out.
It's very froggy.
But anyway guys, I'm waking up a wounded soldier this morning. 1 o'clock this morning. Right hand rod went screaming off. That's on the all black zig. You know, the black zig liner, black foam. 1 o'clock this morning. Screaming off. Lifted into it. Brilliant. Fish on. Wasn't a massive fish, I could tell that right from the start, but I've never caught a fish out of Swan yet, so it would have been my first ever Swan fish. Got it about as far as, I don't know if it's in camera shot, I think it is just. It's tree on the right hand side. So, what, 2.5 rod lengths out. It almost come in all the way like a dog on a lead, but it got about as far as that tree. And then it rolled over the line, and the hook just went. So I almost had my very first Swan fish. So I'm in a dilemma now, because I've had a run on a zig.
Stay on zigs.
Yeah, do I stick with the zigs? Or, I did say yesterday if I didn't have anything on zigs, I'd go back to the bottom today. Well, I know I didn't land it, but I did get the run, so what do I do? The middle rod is already on a black foam zig, but with a red zig liner, because I changed that yesterday when I had that faff. So possibly stick with the zigs, wind in the yellow one, change that to an all black zig, and try fishing at the same depth maybe. So I'm sure it was at 10 foot. I'd lost count of the height I had it at, but
It said 9 or 10.
it was either 9 or 10, so because I'm on adjustables, I think it'd be safe to say get that yellow one in and then set them at 9, 10, 11 foot, then I think I'm there or thereabouts of where I had that run. But anyway, breakfast time. Is Paul bringing us breakfast again today?
I'll have to go and ask him.
Yeah, Paul was very kind yesterday, and he brought us bacon and sausage baps down yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah.
Cooked on the old cob.
Cheers, Paul.
Yeah. I think people like the idea of the cobs. I think we're going to get cobs now, aren't we?
I think we are, yeah. Versatile, aren't we?
But anyway guys, I'm not going to do anything until this fog burns off, because it's not looking very ziggy at the moment with this fog.
Can't see clear
No.
casting, can you?
But yeah, so basically feeling a bit wounded at this morning, because that would have saved a blank, it would have broke me blanking run, and it would have been my first Swan fish.
You've timed me up, mate.
Yeah. So anyway guys, right.
Let's go and have some breakfast.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Simon, I could do with some breakfast right now, couldn't you?
Oh, I'm starving, Chris.
Oh no, I'll tell you what would go down right now is a bacon and sausage bap.
I love a bacon and sausage bap at this time.
Hello,
Paul.
Oh, well,
Hello.
would you look at
Look
that?
at that. Look at this.
There you go.
Oh,
There you
well.
go, sir.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.
Oh,
Morning,
Star.
people.
Absolute star.
cheers, Paul.
He's brought us a bacon and sausage bap.
Happy days.
Cheers, mate.
You're welcome.
I'll tell you, do you want to come fishing with us more often?
Oh,
Look
thank you, sir. Look at that.
Put me hot Bailey's hot chocolate. You've got some of your sausage.
I
Paul.
have dropped some of my sausage. Yeah. Throw it in there.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd have bet that.
Northerners don't let nothing go to waste.
No. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, that's bang on, that is, Paul. Thank you very
Lovely.
much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So I might be going fishing at Linear Fisheries in a couple of weeks. Do you want to come with us?
I can arrange it.
Oh, right guys, me and Simon, I'm just looking into what, I mean, we've noticed it before, but we're just having a proper look now on that. They are, even in the margins here, that is absolutely hundreds and hundreds, what, thousands, there's got to be millions, aren't there, out of the whole lake of water snails. And the fishing on here has got to be hard because the carp have got to be eating them. But there's like absolutely, there's loads of them, isn't there? There's so many of them you can't count. And they've got to be in the carp's natural diet, surely. So your bottom baits have got to be competing with all the naturals in there. But anyway, I've come to a decision, guys. I'm going to stick with the zigs today because, yeah, now I had a take on a zig last night, albeit lost it. It just gives me that bit more confidence that that zigs are the one to be on. So the only difference I'm going to do, I'm going to wind in that all yellow zigger liner, keep the yellow zigger liner on, but replace the yellow foam for some black foam. So that way we'll be yellow and black, red and black, black and black. So I don't want to go casting around just yet because it's not even 10 o'clock yet, so it's still kind of what I would call bite time for at least another hour yet. So I don't want to go disturbing the water just yet. But yeah, so that's the plan. Stick with the zigs, and then yeah, so all the foam will all be black, just the zigger line is different colour. You're going to have a tactic change as well, aren't you, Si?
I am, mate, yeah. I'm going to go for the old faithful Medusa rig later, which I haven't used since Farlow's.
Ah. Good on.
But pink and brown.
Pink and brown.
I couldn't make my mind up whether to go for pink or brown, Chris. What do you suggest?
Oh, go for the pink first.
And then if pink doesn't work,
go for the brown. Yeah, yeah.
Or do I go for 2 on the pink, 1 in the brown?
Do they stink?
Stink of fish.
Right then, guys, so as you can see, I've round in one of my rods, which is the left rod, and as I said earlier on, the rod that's got the yellow zigger liner on. So we're going to stick with the yellow zigger liner, but put the black foam in there. And then, in my opinion, a yellow zigger liner with black foam probably looks similar to a wasp or something like that. That's how I look at it, so sort of natural in a way. Right, trim that off. There we go. Lovely jovely. Let's get the old nugget in the float. Like I say, I've never used the adjustable zigs before, but out of all of them, I do like the look of this Fox Swan the best, purely just because of that one little feature where you can put the PVA foam nugget in the top to hook you up. No. Put your hook in so you don't get any tangles on the cast. Yeah, it's a nice little feature, that. Right, let's get it back out in the lake. Alright guys, so as you can see behind me, I've actually wound in all 3 rods. So after I spoke to you last, which wasn't long ago, me and Simon were stood here and we was watching fish show just off to the right at what we approximate to be about 15 wraps out. So because I want to be at that distance, obviously I've just brought all the rods in, wrapped them up at 15 wraps, and then they was kind of in the direction of where I had that fish from last night. So what I'm going to do, because I know that guy who gave me the palaver yesterday, he's miles away, so I'm going to try and edge me rods round to the right just a little bit more, just so I'm a bit more in the vicinity of where I've seen the fish showing. But I've got a kind of visual picture of where they were showing, so when I do this first cast at 15 wraps, if that's not the range, I'll re-wrap them at about the range I think it was, whether it be longer or shorter. But so yeah, so as I've already seen, we're all on black foam now on the different colour zig aligners, and I'm pretty sure to myself that rod I had to run on last night, I'm sure it was at 10 foot. That's 10 foot off the bottom, not 10 foot down. So that it'd be like, so at the current water levels it would be like 5 foot down. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, just to hedge my bets, they're going to go out at 9, 10 and 11 when I put them out anyway. Just to keep them in that kind of window of where I'm pretty sure I had that run from. Anyway, not going to get any runs while the rods are lent up against the bivvy, that's for sure. Yeah, that's about the range that we saw the fish though, so yeah, 15 wraps is about right. Right, so obviously we're already at 3 foot because of the length of the hook link. Help if I undone that. So 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot, that's slowly coming up, 7 foot, coming up slowly, so the lead system must be in a bit of weed. 7, I did say 7 didn't I? 8, come on, yeah. 9, yeah. 10, yeah, the actual lead must be sitting in a bit of weed because it's coming up but slowly, so there we go. 10 foot, back on the money, line in the clip, line in the Delkim. And we're all set. Right, just the other 2 rods to do, which I'll do off camera just to not drag the block out, the blog out. Right guys, so the 3rd and final rod just being set up now. So there we go. So yeah, so all black zig line is at 10 foot, red and black's now at 9 foot, yellow and black is at 11 foot. All at 15 wraps out, where we saw fish showing sort of about an hour ago, and they've all kind of been edged round to the right a little bit, as I said, so yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do any adjustments to the height so much today, because I had that bite at about 10 wraps, 10 foot off the deck, so they're all sitting within that kind of 9, 10 foot, 11 foot window now, so I'm not sure if I'll adjust them as much today. Maybe a little bit here and there, but I want to keep them pretty much at the heights up there sitting now, to be fair. Alright, so probably the next action you'll see is when we're doing Simon's rods later on. Unless a fish comes along, of course. Hopefully. Alright mate, I see you having a little, what have we got on the top? Oh, the old Medusa rig like you used to do.
Yes, mate.
Lovely jubbly.
Just thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, you used to have a lot of luck on that one, didn't
I
you?
did, mate, yeah.
Forgotten tactic.
It is.
Right,
I'll give it a do.
let's get it out there.
Yeah, come on then.
Beautiful, Sam, beautiful.
What, the cast or Simon's beautiful?
Sam, both. Beautiful man here.
That's the one, innit?
Yep.
Alright. Good evening, guys. I say good evening, you wouldn't think it, but it is. It's 5:30. It's been a really quiet day. In the end, I said I probably wouldn't adjust the zigs much today. In the end, I have been. So yeah, we started you know, where they were at 9, 10, 11 foot. I've taken them down, I've brought them back up, taken them down, taken them back up, and they're currently sitting at the 12, 13 and 14 foot at the moment, because it's been a nice day today. So, you know, up right near the surface basically. But they'll come back down for you know, bedtime, for, you know, going into darkness. I'll put them back down to the heights that I first set them at, so, you know, sort of 9, 10, 11 foot. But yeah, it's been a quiet day. We've only seen one fish come out today, and that was to the guy to my right. That was first thing this morning, but I haven't seen any other activity on the lake at the moment, so it's yeah, been a quiet one today. As has the whole session, well, apart from the take I had last night, but got a bit of a cold wind in our face at the moment, which probably isn't helping the zig in front, to be fair. Wind's been all over the place today. I don't think it stayed blowing in one direction for more than 10 minutes at a time today. It's been everywhere. Well, anyway, I'm going to chill out for a bit. Simon's chilling out in his bivvy, so my chair's still out in his swim, so I'm going to go and get that and do the same, go and chill in my bivvy now. Alright, hopefully I can update you with something a little bit more exciting later on, guys. Moving home.
Thanks for helping us, Chris.
Okay. Right then guys, so you won't be able to tell on screen, but we are slowly losing the light now. Reason why you can't tell on screen is, if you've not seen my videos before, is because my camera has a low light function, so it makes it look brighter than what it actually is. So as we are losing the light, guys, I'm going to do the final adjustment on me zigs, where I'm going to pull them back down in depth, 2 for each one. So that will take them, I'm sure, if I've remembered all the adjustments I've made, back down to, I'm sure it'd be 9, 10 and 11 foot, basically back to where I started from. Right, I'm going to do it now, guys. Obviously you saw Simon and Paul carrying Paul's bivvy down, so we can be sociable for the last night on the lake, except Paul's moved to the left hand side of Simon. It was a bit rushed because we didn't know the lad who was on the left side of Simon was going to go home, and he just kind of started packing up. I thought, oh, you're packing it? He was like, yeah, I'm not very well, so I'm going home. So he was like, Paul, other side of Simon's free. So all three of us just clubbed together and got Paul down here. We did a full move in about half an hour. So yeah, yeah, as I said, while I can still see what I'm doing, I'm going to get these zigs back down in the water, 2 foot. Hopefully if I get one tonight, it won't fall off. Oh, good morning guys, and today is pack up day. So obviously no night filming, so that meant no action in the night for any of us. Well, you had a bit of action from the birds, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, I caught a coot.
But yeah, quiet night last night, guys. Nothing happened. Chilly one. Oh, fish just boshed out in front of the point swim. So yeah. So as you just heard me say, there are fish showing out in front of us. Just nothing doing on the catching side of it, guys. You glad you moved now?
I'm glad I moved, Chris. Yes, thank you very much, boys, for moving me. Awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not game over quite yet. We've got about 6 hours yet before it is, you know, the Finnish flag. And I don't mean a flag from Finland. But yeah, so it's not game over yet, guys, but it's very much looking like it's going to be a blank, isn't it?
It does.
And I come so close as well, night before last. Right, unless any fishy action happens before pack up time, see you as a signing off, guys. Right guys, I got a little shout out to do. Don't ask me anyone else to do shout outs because it's a pain in the ass getting shout out requests all the time. There's a guy across the way called Keith, and he wants to do a shout out to his amazing girlfriend Sophia, and he says, love you loads, you're amazing. So there you go Keith, there's your shout out done. Right guys, we are virtually packed up. Easter Sunday today, so we're all getting home. Yeah, it's another blank.
Up to press.
Yeah, I know, even bringing along a couple of mates to try and help me to put a fish in a blog for me. Still not happening. Yeah, unfortunately the one chance that I did have, unfortunately got away from me sort of a couple of rod lengths out sort of 2 nights ago. Really gutted about that because it would have broken me blank. It would have been my first swan fish. Yeah, and I just needed it to remind me what a carp actually looked like. So I think next I'm going to hit a runs water. I just need that little confidence boost. But yeah, so that's, I mean, we are still fishing at the moment, but we are all down to just rods now guys. So we are starting to do the final winding in a minute. Thanks for watching anyway guys. I hope you've enjoyed our efforts at trying to catch a fish. But yeah, the blanking spell continues. Till next time, wherever that may be, tight lines, enjoy fishing.
Tight lines everybody.